So,
は国立公園那須ロープウェイをご来遊いただきまして誠にありがとうございます。お客様にお知らせをいたします。今度のロープウェイの発車は8時10分です。失礼いたしました。8時20分です。今度のロープウェイの発車は8時20分です。ロープウェイをご利用のお客様は乗車券をお買い求めの上、待合室でお待ちください。ただいまロープウェイは10分間隔での運行となっております。今度のロープウェイの発車は
so as you can hear from the background, we are at the Nasu ropeway parking lot, and we're about to walk up to the gondola, which will take us somewhere up there. And so we're starting our 2-day mountain trekking here at Nasu Yabadabadi Badu Badu Chaosunakure. So we're gonna be seeing 3 peaks in 2 days, and we're spending the night at mountain cabin slash mini onsen up there somewhere. So this should be an exciting trip. We are at the departure point, starting point for our mountain climb, and Haruka is registering us on a note there. So the park rangers know that we are here in case we vanish or something. And there is a very useful map here giving how long it about takes to walk from between different points. So that's would have been useful to see on the website when we were planning our sojourn. But let's see how it goes. We are already over a kilometer above sea level, but we have almost another kilometer in vertical distance to go. And of course on horizontal distance we have something like 16 kilometers ahead of us. Alright, we are at little rest stop. There is this emergency shelter cabin here. We walked about an hour and 20 minutes. And we're at the saddle between 2 peaks. So we're going towards that peak next. And then tomorrow we'll head up there. So that's an old volcano. These are that one a more natural peak. So we have done maybe a quarter of our walking today. Still going strong.
子供サイズにちょうどいい伸びなくて。僕なんか飛ばされてたの。
You probably can't make it out of the video, but at the highest peak in the middle there are people at the top of there, and that's where we're going. All right, we are at the top of Mount Asahidake, and this is 1893 meters or something like that. And it is 10:56, so we've been walking 2 hours and 20 minutes or so. And for some reason there are a lot of mosquitoes here, really big and nasty black ones, black flies actually. But the views are amazing. All right, we just had our lunch break and journey continues. So we've now hit the first of our main 3 peaks. So we have the tallest peak, Sanboyari, which is 1,917 meters tall. So that's our target. It should take us about hour and a half, maybe a little bit longer than that to get there. But weather is still amazing. We just had great sandwiches. Thank you, Haruka. And so onwards, gambatte! Alrighty, we are now at the 1,900 meter spot. Over my shoulder there you see the pinnacle, which is still 17 meters higher, so we still need to peak over there. After that we'll come back here and then we'll continue in that direction, roughly that direction, which should take us to our bed and breakfast onsen place. We are now at the lofty altitude of 1,917 meters on top of I forgot again. Sanboyari, Mount Sanboyari, and And this isn't a sharp peak like the previous peak was. This is much more gentler slopes here, so the view isn't quite as dramatic. It's taken us 4 hours and 20 minutes to get here, but of course we took a side trek to that other peak first. And the going has been pretty tough. Weather is amazing, but it's a lot of up and down. Up and down. So we're on our way back from the tallest peak, and we've already been on those two peaks. That was the one where I filmed a video. That was the very sharp peak. We don't have to go all the way back there. And then there's a crazy peak right here too. But no, we have to climb back to that peak and then take a path going to our mountain inn. And between us there is a swamp that we have to cross. Whew, we made it. In horizontal distance that's like 400-500 meters from this place, about 500 meters from the place where I shot the last video clip, across the little swamp. But vertically probably the same amount, well, not that much, but maybe 200-meter climb. So it was really steep, had to go hands and feet, 4-wheel drive at parts of that hill. But we are now back at a 1900-meter spot, and from here on it should be mostly downhill to get to the onsen. And the time is just 3 minutes past 2, so we're pretty well on our timetable too. So that's the highest peak, 1917 meters up there. Not the one at the forefront, but the one behind it. So we had to climb down here, then up that slope there. The swamp is down there. Up that slope, there's a proper jungle at that point. And then climb, long climb up that hill, and then final push to the top. So we didn't realize that the path to the onsen swings by Mount Inkyogura, 1890 meters. So the left is the highest peak, that's where we were. And then the most recently we were at that peak, which is exactly 1900 meters, 1.9 kilometers. So we had to come that slope all the way there, and then we came down a slope and we had to climb back up here. And tomorrow is Mount Jura, which is a volcano. So we're gonna go there, Chaishu, and we're gonna go there. We have walked a hellish 800 meters down from the top of Mount Inkyogura. It's been really steep climbing and we've almost fallen multiple times. Also, well, mostly me, because we're getting so tired. But now we're getting close to the onsen, and it's cool to see that there it is, boiling water, geothermal fountain. Yeah, as you can see from my face, I got a little sunburn up at the mountains. So going to the bath is going to be a great pleasure, but it has to be done. I'm so sweaty and dirty. We made it to the little mountain motel onsen place. So there's all the photo materials. Had to bring your own bed sheets and own towels, which makes sense. But I can't wait. Men's turn at the public bath is starting in 30 minutes. So very much looking forward to that. There's only electricity here until 9 p.m. So we gotta charge the phones before that. And I don't think we even have plugs here at the room. So we have to charge in the lobby probably. But yeah, we started walking at about 8:30 and we were here about 3:30 in the afternoon. So 7 hours. We took quite a number of breaks, 2 longer ones at near the first peak, at the saddle between the first peak, and then at the top of the second peak, because there was a lot of space there. And in those places we ate ate a little bit more than just snacks. But yeah, I am absolutely knackered. It definitely took a toll. Like everything is sore. My neck is sore, my feet are sore, my shoulders are so sore, my knees, because going so much up and down, so even my knees hurt. So, but hopefully the dinner will be great, and I will absolutely stuff myself. But before that, yeah, hot bath in steaming hot water, and that should help a lot. And then we will probably try to sleep like 10-11 hours. Breakfast at 6:30. So pretty early we have to wake up. But such is the explorer's life. Good morning. It is Tuesday and it's 7:30. About 7:39. It is a beautiful morning. Looks to be another clear blue skies, which is why I have covered my burned arms with sunscreen, which Haruka thoughtfully brought, and I forgot to put yesterday. Big mistake. My face is also burned. Remember folks, always wear sunscreen. This is the onsen building. Our dormitory was there. We had the corner room. Really nice. There was a public bath too, where I couldn't film there, of course. So yeah, we slept well. We had a hearty breakfast. The dinner was super traditional Japanese, and the breakfast was also super traditional Japanese. So if you don't like traditional Japanese food, then this place might not satisfy you very well. But of course nobody comes here by accident. You only come here because you're hiking the Nasu mountain range. Anyway, I'll probably film next clip when we get to the shelter cabin on our way on top of the Mount Chasu volcano. Jungle! Welcome to the jungle! Ah! I wish I remembered the rest of the lyrics. So there are also natural springs here. This little stream goes down there and I guess creates a river at some point. But we thought it might be really hot, that it would be geothermal like the spring that brings water to the onsen where we just were, but no, it's ice cold. So this has to be a natural spring just coming from under the mountain. There's a lovely stream down there with surprising amount of water flow. You can probably hear it is quite loud, but it's difficult to see through all the trees. So this is the stream I was filming earlier. I didn't know that we were gonna cross this bridge, get a better view. I have no idea how far up it goes. Obviously when we were at the peaks up there yesterday, we didn't see any springs. So the water can't come from the top of the mountain, of course, as geology tells us. But it has to be somewhere up there at the base of the mountain where the water comes out. And we are going around this bend, and then we have a lot more climbing to do. Yesterday, you see that big sandy part there. That's what we crossed, coming from the right and going to the left. And then we had to hit that peak, which is quite it's the Mount Ingora, 1819 meters. And then we came down a bit, very steep way, going all the way down to the onsen somewhere there. And now we are here. My shadow is blocking it. Point is, we have to go up that hill to that ridge. You can maybe see people walking on top of the ridge to reach our destination. Hooray, we made it to the higher shelter cabin right there behind me. So we're in the saddle between the volcano, Mount Chasu, and then the sharp crack on that side, Mount Asa something. So you can barely make in the distance. There's a little wood cabin there. That's another shelter cabin. We had a little break there, ate some fruit, and then we had to climb. So we had to first climb quite a bit to the right, behind that ridge where there is still a lot of trees. And then we climbed the ridge you can see here on its other side, and you can see that white sign in the middle on top of that edge of the ridge. And so then we had to come up this slope, which was quite scary because there was a segment there, luckily only about 30 meters long, but it's like loose gravel and little rocks, little stones, no handholds, nothing growing there, and there's no chains there to assist or anything. So I had to go four-wheel drive and crawl forward with my hands and knees. All right, we are at the top of the volcano, and we're walking around the rim. So this path, and then it will take us to the peak, which is 1,950 meters from sea level, and then we'll go down on that side to go home. This is an active volcano, but it's not super active, and as you can see, there's no smoke coming from the caldera. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to go down there. Okay, so I lied in my previous video segment. It is not an active volcano. I guess it's geologically active, but there is no surface activity at all. And as you can see, the bottom of the, is it caldera? Bottom of the crater, it's just grass growing and stones there. So no fun magma to see today. So you can see the red roof of the shelter cabin, where we just had light lunch sandwiches, and of course where we had break yesterday. Was the first segment, and you can kind of see people walking the mountain trail towards that peak where we were, and there are some pretty scary parts. And then of course in the middle you see the 1900 meter peak, and then now at the very back you see the tallest mountain, which is 1917 meters. And then of course that's the peak we climbed last yesterday before going down that ridge line to the onsen. So today we walked up that forest line there, and then up that ridge to the shelter cabin, and then we've gone around the volcano, and that's where we climbed up to the top. All right, we're at the peak of Mount Shashu, 1,950 meters. Japanese style. There's a shrine here at the top, and the view is pretty impressive. And Haruka well spotted with her eagle eyes. Mount Fuji in the distance, so let's see. I took a couple of pictures, but let's see if the video can capture it. So Mount Fuji is 2 finger lengths left of the highest peak, so it's about there. But I have no idea if the video will be able to capture that far. Anyway, the views from here are amazing. Was it worth the climb, baby?
Huh?
Was it worth the climb?
Yes.
So that saddle is where we reached the top of the mountain, and you can see the path there. There's somebody walking there. So we walked around the caldera, and it's down there, but you've seen that already before. And that was the pinnacle up there, and now we're just gonna vanish down the mountain. So there's the upper ropeway station, our target. That's the path we still need to take. It's a pretty steep climb, but that's where we came from, and you can't see the peak because it's beyond that ridge line. We came, where you see this outcropping of rocks, we came around that, so we came sideways, and then the big rock in the middle, we had to go around it as well, and then sort of zigzag our way down the slope. It's not terrible, but it's not very fun because all the soil here is this sort of super loose gravel. So I had to steal one of Haruka's walking sticks to help keep my balance. We're almost done. Alright, we're at the ropeway station, and we actually didn't have time to take the sights in here. because the gondola is ready to depart. So we're going straight down. Woohoo! And we're well on our schedule as well.
時間は約4分となっております。進行方向左側には標高1896メートルの朝日岳が真横にきれいに見えております。進行方向右下には那須野ヶ原の景色が広がっております。上空雲海、ちょっと雲のボリュームは足りないですけど、まもなく支柱に差し掛かります。先ほど朝日岳の名前を出しましたので、朝日岳の向こう側にあります三本槍岳、こちらから見えないんですが、についてお話しさせていただきます。三本槍岳、名前だけ聞きますと何やら止まったイメージを浮かべるかもしれませんが、実際の三本槍岳の山の形は山頂丸みを帯びておりまして、あんまり止まった感じはございません。